Hi, and welcome to this lecture. This is all about textures and UVing, where the fun bit really starts. It means we start to pile in all our textures and start to bring the scene alive, which is the best bit. All our work now that we've done up to this point is starting to pay off, which is really cool. So this image here I've got here is kind of just a quick sketch. This here represents our sort of terrain, if you like. And these layers here are the textures we're going to choose to put on top of our terrain. And we're going to work from the ground up. What we can do in Unity, once we've applied these textures to the terrain, we can then paint through them, so we can expose any of the layers that we want and blend between them, which is really cool. So this is kind of how I think about it. I start with, okay, so if there was nothing else on the ground, what would be there? And of course it would be earth. Just plain old muddy earth in a forest. That's what you'd see. Another layer on top of that, you might get some stones, sort of debris, sitting on top of the earth. That's supposed to be a D. Terrible writing. And then the next layer would be sort of maybe dead plants, leaves, probably spelled wrong, and other sort of dead plant life that has fallen out of tree sort of seeds, if you like, etc. And the top layer would obviously get grass and other plants, other small plants to be more precise, because we don't want big stuff down there because it looks a bit ridiculous when it's flat on the ground. So that's kind of the layering I'm going to go for our forest. And of course all of them have to be forest related. You can't just put some sort of ancient Egyptian stones in a sort of northern European forest. Just wouldn't look right. So you've got to keep it in context. So now to create these, we're not going to use Substance, which is why I wanted to do this first. We're going to use Bitmap to Material. So if you haven't got your 30-day license, now is the time to activate it. And we're going to go to textures.com. We're going to choose some textures. Then we're going to author them. So we're going to make sure that they tile, because tiling is pretty important. We're going to paint out any weird shapes that look really obvious. Then we're going to take them all into Unity and apply them and paint them into our terrain. So that's going to be really cool. So next job, let's go and find some. Okay, so this is the second time I've recorded this, and the first time I waded through all of the textures on here to try, well, not all of them, but a lot of them, to try and find the textures I wanted. And when I played it back, it was pretty boring. So what I suggest is that you go in and have a really good look at the 4 different ones that we're looking for. The soil, the gravelly, debris, the grass, all the different ones. You have a look through them and you see if you can choose, as a mini challenge, choose the textures you think you might want to use. And like I said before, I've got a paid account on here, so I get access to the high-res textures. So just choose the resolution that you have access to. So if you've got a free account, I think you can get 1K textures, and that'll be perfectly fine for what we're doing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each one of the textures that I've chose. Once you've had a look, if you're not sure, you can download the same ones that I chose. So let's do that. So the first one is, go to the search bar and type in soil sand 0070 and click search, and that is the first one that I chose. So if you click on the actual image, you get these two, and you can see the first one is free, small, 1024, 1024. That's fine. You could even make a 2K texture just by tiling it, just so you got the texel density that we're looking for. Okay, so that's the first one. Just click the resolution that you can, and just click save, and then OK, and it will download it and put it in your download folder. And then we go to the next one. So the next one is Sand Pebbles 0073, and then click search. And this was the second one I chose. It's quite bright, but I think that'll be a good thing, and we can get some nice results from that. I might even tone it down a little bit just to take some of the lightness out of it, but I think it'll be cool because it'll give a really nice contrast on the ground, in the earth, and on the ground, amongst the grass and things. So do the same again, click on that, pick your resolution, click on it again and save it. So the next one was ground plants 0096, and this was the third one because I really liked all this debris on the floor, lots of pine cones, and if you click on the plus sign and press Z, lots of bits of foresty debris on there. That's pretty cool. Bits of stick. Might have to take some of these out like that. There's really obvious. If you squint, it's always a good test because then things will jump out at you, and that there's certainly jumping out on a squint, big dark. But I might even just take this side because that's where most of the debris, foresty stuff is. So that's quite cool. Okay, so the final one was actually two grasses I chose. Grass 0080, and I chose this left one here, and this is a short grass, and I've done it deliberately because the next one I choose is longer, and I'm going to try and blend the two, and then download the resolution that you need and save it. And the final one is grass 0005, and you can see this is a much longer grass. I might even just use this actually, so we'll see how we get on when we make them. So click on that one, download it, save it, and that's it for now for this website. I will see you in Photoshop or Krita if you're using Krita. Krita's fine too, so I'll see you there.